All right. Well, good evening, everyone. Let me adjust my light here so you might be able to see me a little better. Listen, it's been a minute or two since we've checked in with you, but we did want to check in with you, see how you were doing. Hopefully, you're doing well. Hopefully, as we make our way almost to the end of July here, we've got about another week to go, and then we'll be into August already. Where does the time go? But hopefully, this week has gone well for you and continues to do so. It's here midweek, so hopefully, the rest of the week goes well. We just want to cover a few brief things that we have going on workerscompensation.com. So let's go ahead and get started here. We'll get our screen up just as quickly as we can. And we're going to do that right now. Here we go. So, being that it is Wednesday, I don't want to start on our Instagram page. I want to go to our favorite Wednesday item here, and that is our weekly 3 email that comes out, our email newsletter that comes out every Wednesday. Hopefully, you're signed up for it. I'll show you how you can sign up for it in just a minute if you're not. And a shout out to our excellent sponsors at Horizon. And they have their advertorial, which is at the bottom of this issue, as it is all month. And we thank them for their support. But we have our big three this week. I thought the story that Liz Carey wrote about Amazon Prime Days and the increase in injuries that go along with that, and any time really that there's a report in the Senate that indicates that any time that it's a busy time of year, it sort of makes sense that injuries are on the rise there at Amazon. So that's an interesting one. There's some legislative activity going around on that, some OSHA activity perhaps. So if you haven't done so already, you might want to check that out and see what's going on there. And we had a couple of interesting what do you think features that we decided to add in here. One that I thought was interesting because, this could happen. You have an estranged wife who dies. Does that mean her estranged husband gets the death benefits? And particularly because, she did have good cause to leave. It was an allegedly abusive marriage. You wouldn't want her to stay in that, So what happens there? Well, Chris Parker answers that question for you if you want to check it out. Of course, you get to give it a shot. It is one of our What Do You Think features, so you can go through this, get the facts on the case. There's the question there, and then if you think you've got it, or if you're not quite sure, you can scroll down and see what the rationale and the reasoning that the court came up with on that. So, interesting case there, and another interesting one. We went back, we did a little throwback to the 70s, a case involving a jockey at Churchill Downs who was injured in a race. And when he tried to file a workers' compensation claim, he ran into some a challenge as to whether he was a contractor or an employee. So you can test your knowledge with that one, match wits with the courts. Same way there, you just go ahead and click keep reading, and you can get right into that one. Like I said, there's Paradigm, one of our other great advertisers, along with Horizon down there. Check them out. And of course, we'll always give a shout out to Kids Chance. So you're probably wondering, well, what the heck? How do I sign up for this email newsletter? I want that in my inbox every Wednesday. Well, go to our homepage. Not only will you get the news, not only will you see our products, but you can scroll on down. Here's our products here, by the way: Simply Research, Simply Forms, Simply Claims Kit. And there's some testimonials there, a little bit more information. Go on down to, wait a minute, did I go too far? Well, let's see, it must be on the news page here. Sorry about that, guys. And there it is. Sign up for our newsletter. So once you're on the news, you're reading the news, you can sign up right there. So put your email address in, and there you go. So one other thing that I want to call your attention to is that we do have several social media channels, including Instagram. You can see what's up on our Instagram page. Normally, we highlight a story. For example, our glossary check from Kentucky that ran today. We do a little highlight of that, so it gives you a little brief synopsis of what's going on there. But I also want to mention that back over the weekend, I participated in the Kindness in Motion 5K. I did the virtual option because there wasn't a meetup in my town of Stuart, Florida. But that's the after picture. It's hard to see, but I was drenched in sweat. It was a hot, humid morning here in South Florida. There's the midway point where I'm wondering how I might be able to actually get back. And let's see, this is when I first started by walking out the door. Look, I look cool and comfortable there. It looks like this is going to be no problem. But that was a lot of fun. I was glad that I was able to take part of it. I was glad that I was able to support the Kind Souls Foundation and their Kindness in Motion 5K. So if you want to learn more about the Kind Souls Foundation, one way you can do it is just go ahead and go to this Instagram page. Our Instagram page, you can get there, Kind Souls, click on them, see what they're up to, and you can go from there. You can learn about them. I encourage you to support them if you can, and they do a wonderful thing for workplaces and for people who have been affected by workers' comp in some way. And there's even a bigger picture of sort of workplace mental wellness. And it's a good foundation that has a warm line where there's someone there who can help. So it's a wonderful thing, and hopefully many of you will at least check it out, if not support it. And the next time that they have a 5K, I hope that you'll join me. All right, well, that's all I've got for right now. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I thank you for being a part of mine.